Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
This mic close. It's way too close for my comfort.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Go ahead. Shoot.
You sure?
Yep.
I don't need to move it?
Nope. Shoot.
Good?
Shoot.
All right, welcome to We Ain't No Stupids. It is me, the Zen Master, to my left.
B. Boobin. General Boss. Whatever you want to call me.
All right.
Alrighty then.
It's been an interesting week.
Yes.
As we celebrate the life of one, we had to celebrate the life of another one right behind it. So which one you want to talk about first? How should we talk about Prodigy first, or you want to talk about Tupac movie first?
Then let's go ahead and talk about Prodigy, because
Prodigy?
yeah, that's short and sweet for me.
Yeah, because what the viewers and the listeners of the podcast may I know, there is nobody on earth that likes any rap group as much as Booby likes Mobb Deep.
Yes.
And that has been since for as long as I've known him.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, we met trading CDs, and the very first CD was something with some Mobb Deep shit.
It was Murder Music. It was probably Murder Music. If not Murder Music, the Hell on Earth. It's one of those things. Yeah. It's one of those.
So so break down like your connection with Mobb Deep. Like what connected you to Mobb Deep at such a young age, and like, so how old were you when you first started with Mobb Deep? Because they've been around way longer than what most people expect.
So my brother, well, not my brother, but my best friend, Charles, God rest the dead.
Rest in peace.
My brother, he was a couple years older than me, but we met up middle schoolish, high schoolish.
Charles was older than us?
Hell yeah, by like 2-3 years.
Really now?
Yeah.
He did graduate like a motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah.
Charles
was older than us. Yeah, Charles was fucking at least 2-3 years older than us. But my brother put me on because DMX was out around that time frame. So this was like 98. Yeah, the beginning of 98. So we probably linked up around about 97. So we started getting the mixtapes of There Ain't No Sunshine, all that DMX shit that was coming out, these verses. So DMX came out, and then from there, I linked from DMX to, we was out living in the woods. Around here in Virginia, we got in the Camelot area, we had woods in the front of Camelot, old Camelot. Niggas probably remember, but old Camelot,
for those y'all that's not from the 757, it looks suburban, but it's country as shit also. So it's like a very weird blend between, imagine a bunch of hood people
in a suburban
neighborhood that's
surrounded by woods.
So we country and we hood and we got
living in the suburbs.
Yeah, we suburban and think we better than everybody like city folks. So yeah,
damn,
that's
that was it. Yeah. So,
but everybody comes to Virginia and gets comfortable real fast. Like, reminds me of home.
Yeah, because it's a little bit of everything here. But yeah, so we living in these woods doing what kids do. We got a fort. We done built the fort. We playing DMX all day long. Damn water gun fights. Like, we shut down 2 blocks every night. Summertime. These are 2 blocks. Even the niggas selling dope on the corners got y'all targets. Get the fuck off the block. Is war games. That's what we used to do. And we had like 20 motherfuckers out there. We all hiding in trees and shit. But we lived that shit. But DMX was our routine, and Murder Music fucking dropped. And then when Murder Music dropped, he was already on it. Because I think his pop's from New York. So he was already on it. Murder Music dropped, and that damn the realest. Man, we killed that whole jank. That Spread Your Love, all that shit. Love Not War type deal. But then he dumped damn Hell on Earth on us. And damn Infamous. And fucking Juvenile Hell. This nigga had all this shit. So I'm like, yo, the old nigga got everything. Like, I'm just meeting him.
So y'all got down. So he basically hit y'all like a dope dealer, give you a sample.
Man.
Then once y'all get hooked, nigga,
shit, nigga, that's why I
got the hard shit here, nigga.
Nigga, that's why I was out there in goddamn high school spreading that shit. Goddamn, like, nigga, listen to this. Take my Walkman, take my arm, cause my Walkman was down my sleeve.
Oh yeah.
Listen, my nigga, listen, shit, man. But yeah, and then it just my brother developed. He was a great rapper, producer. He could do his shit, but his skills developed into that of, like, you can tell his main inspiration was
100%.
Prodigy. It was mine. It was Prodigy.
Yeah.
It was Prodigy. And so even down to the walk short nigga, big ass fucking head. This nigga Avarex, Tim boot down, summer, winter, fall, it didn't matter.
And may I say, Charles is easily the coolest motherfucker.
Man,
he was so damn cool and walk. Y'all think I got a cool ass walk? Yeah,
that nigga
walked and talked and shit. Yeah, that was.
That nigga, yes, he definitely. But he had it all the way down to the T. He was just he was like a dark skinned version of Prodigy to me. And so, like once my brother passed, Mobb Deep was pretty much my closest link to him. From there, so. Once Prodigy started dropping, like we listened to him for years. When Charles died?
07.
07? Damn, 07. Yeah, it's 07. So fucking head nigga in charge, HNIC already dropped. HNIC 2, The Return of the Mac. All that shit already dropped. I think Prodigy was on his way to jail then.
Yep.
Yeah, he was probably on his way to jail then. So he didn't already did the blood money. Him and Havoc did Blood Money with G Unit. So all that shit already was pushed out quick, like because he got to listen to Return of the Mac. Yeah, so man, dude, yeah. And then my brother passed, so that's the closest thing I had to it. So I kept up with Prodigy all the way to his last album. I forgot what that joint was even called, but yeah, it was a soft spot. It hit me, like literally dropped tears. Because it's linked to so much other shit, man. Matter of fact, I need to call Luke. Because I know Luke know. But yeah, it's just linked up to so much other shit, man.
So, did you know, well, apparently you being a huge fan, so you knew he was sick.
Yeah. Sickle cell was a thing. Like I deal with sickle cell with my cousin. My cousin got sickle cell. But then listening to him also was like, oh, this shit's like, she not faking. He always, because you grow up with it, she always in the hospital. It's like, yeah, I mean, what's going on? Like, but this shit's real. So that just, yeah.
Yeah, because I didn't know he was sick until I read his book. I read his book like probably about 3 years ago, which is a really good book. Like you like
a great book.
Yeah, you like the hip hop autobiographies and stuff. It's a really good read.
Would you call it tell all? No.
He told a lot.
He told a lot.
He told so much. Niggas was beefing with him.
Yeah.
And I mean, ain't nobody get locked up behind, so it ain't too bad,
I'm waiting to hear Nori's podcast.
Oh, also, yeah.
I'm waiting to hear Nori's.
Did they ever squash that?
You know what's funny? I saw that. You remember the Lost Professor and Nori? See, you don't listen to Nori like that too tough either.
Yeah.
Okay, so Lost Professor Nori got his first Lost Professor beat a couple years ago. About the same time I got on the 2 Chainz. Because Nori had 2 Chainz on his album, on one of his albums, and I can't even remember the damn album. I've been listening to so much fucking either Pac or fucking Prodigy. I can't remember shit no more. But yeah, I think they did because they was in the video together. The Large Professor, they both came in on the side. It was like, yo, and then they dapped it up. But since the podcast though, it didn't sound like it. Now this is years before the podcast,
okay.
So I don't know, but damn it. And I want to just go ahead and tell this story because he gonna hit me with this shit anyway. Prodigy threw a fucking pretty much a not an uncensored, what do you call that shit? Unplugged. He did Unplugged in New York some fucking where. I talked to this dude right here and was like, yo, I'm really thinking about going, and he was like, yo, go do it, man. Like,
yeah, no, I think I was in your presence when you found out about it. I think it was like just scrolling down Facebook and he was like, oh shit, Prodigy, or you just, because you showed me on your phone.
Yeah, I saved it.
Oh, you saved it? Okay,
I saved it.
Yeah.
I saved it and I was like, look, man, the motherfucker throwing a jank on some date, whatever. And he was like, yo, you should really think about going. You should go.
I mean, this is like, my response was, oh, so you going? Like, I just assumed you were gone.
And I told you, like, nigga, I'm not no big city nigga. I can't do this, that, thing. He was like, yo, you really need to think about going.
Yeah, I'm like, your favorite rapper is 6 hours away? Like,
yeah.
Go.
No shit. So, I went home. Y'all know I'm married. I don't make moves without my old lady least knowing. I'll go ask her because she my comfort level. So I go ask her and shit, and she like, yo, I don't know about New York. I ain't real comfortable there like that. And it's like, we ain't know exactly where it was. The way that the instruction is like a hole in the wall. Like, Lord Jesus, I don't know. And she was like, she ain't comfortable. And I'm like, well, shit, you ain't comfortable. I damn sure ain't gonna be comfortable. And, you know, so New York got different rules out there than Virginia. So we skipped it.
But I mean, look, the worst case scenario that has been in the hood, and the number one rule of every hood across the nation is don't be somewhere you ain't got no business being. So I think you would have been alright if niggas know Prodigy got to show you some Virginia nigga just walking around.
I'm not worried about the hood. I'm worried about the big city.
Oh, the city itself.
City itself, yeah. Like, the moving around part. Like,
yeah, cause we act like city folk, but we ain't.
We ain't city folk. No, yeah. We not. We not city folk.
Ever since they started building up Norfolk, I didn't get confused. Every time I go out downtown, I'm confused. I can't wait to park and just walk somewhere. Like, I can't drive no more.
Yeah, nigga, Norfolk about to be crazy in the next couple of years. Matter of fact, the Bio Boogaloo shit going on this weekend.
Oh, that was
That's going on. Latin Fest going on the ocean front. Like, I'm telling Youngblood at work, man. I was like, yo, I get about 2-3 more years, man. Around here, it's gonna be the way that it was when we was growing up.
Yeah.
Like it was always some kind of festivities going on, port side, water side, or ocean front. It's gonna be something fucking going on.
Speaking of which, just remember, I want to send a quick little shout out to Billy Mercury. All right, I got a phone call from my sister yesterday saying that she was like, "Hey, you want to go to a concert?" I'm okay, sure. Who would be? She says, "Dude named Billy Mercury." She never heard him before. I never heard him before, but she was like, she knows somebody said put her on to this group called King. Like, she knows this girl is like really into soulful R&B, and she puts her onto a lot of hot shit. And she basically like, that girl recommended Billy Mercury. So of course, my first thing was, that's a bold ass motherfucking name, because when you think Mercury in music, you think of Freddie Mercury, and that's a hell of a thing to. You're going to put somebody's mind state on Freddie Mercury. You better be a motherfucking beast.
Hold on. Inform me. I don't even know who Freddie Mercury is.
Queen.
Oh, shit.
The front man for Queen.
Yeah, okay. Never mind. Yeah,
that
gotcha.
guy. Like, so you better be a motherfucking beast. And I'm a huge Freddie Mercury fan. So we went out to the joint. It was at the Slover Library. And they played us a documentary before he performed. And the documentary was very well done. It was done by a dude named Brian the Second Letter. Really good documentary, so I had to really shout him out. Matter of fact, the documentary is the best thing. Let me shout him out again. Brian the Second Letter. Y'all need some motherfucking...
It's a clever ass name, because Brian B is fucking horrible. But yes, Brian the Second Letter.
Yeah, and so...
he's a Rakim fan. He has to be.
He had to be, yeah.
He got to be.
It was exactly what I thought when I first heard it. But so that was very fucking well done. So shout out to the Second Letter. And and this dude is like, I don't want to cast judgment. Nigga, he seemed like a motherfucking nerd type dude, and his producer friends are like nerds too. So it's like one of the dudes in the documentary was one of his producers, and the dude was wearing an MF Doom shirt and had like these glasses, but they're like the new born in the 90s type nerds, where it's like they dressing like it's the 90s and shit. Okay. You know, like them niggas like,
how do they reset?
Like Fresh. Okay. Like, remember the movie Fresh? Everybody in that shit looked like an extra from the movie Fresh. It was so not Fresh, Dope. I'm sorry.
Dope. There we go.
Dope.
There we go.
But you know what I was talking about, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So everybody in this shit, you know what I'm saying, looked like there was an extra in Dope. It was just so fucking weird being there, and it was like, because normally when I go places, when I'm with my sister or something, like, man, I hope I don't fucking embarrass my sister with my nappy ass hair and shit, because you know I don't give a fuck. And I'm in that shit like, everybody got nappy ass hair. Oh, that's right. I forgot. These young niggas think it's cool to be me. Like,
yeah. This is the soulful look.
Yeah.
I got 2 twists here, 3 twists here, 2 here. Soulful look.
Like, these niggas don't even. They probably looking at me like, how did he get his hair so nappy? How did he do it? So, but yeah, you know, he the documentary was great, and then he performed, and I mean, like, honestly, I like him more than I like his music, but it was just like, you know, it was just dope.
Yeah, because they forced you to know him if they gave you a damn bio before.
Nice. It was like a nice little 30
But the bio didn't help the music? bio always helped the music for me.
The way I felt about it was I felt like I had to hear him on track because live it was good, but it just wasn't like didn't really. He needs to work on the show itself.
Okay, gotcha.
It's like it's a lot of little small. It was like his first song had a guitar solo in it, and then he ended off the song doing like some crowd participation, like say dream on y'all, dream. But I'm like, dude, this is the first song. You gotta build me up to the point where I want to participate with you, and you gotta wait until, you know what I'm saying, we grooving before you do the guitar solo. So it's like I want to like not realize how good the guitarist is until like halfway through the set. Then it's like, oh shit, oh yes.
So he did his intro song first, type deal.
Yeah, so it was like And then like another song had crowd participation. Like every song had a guitar solo, and it was just like, you know what I'm saying.
His guitar solo?
No, he don't play the guitar. So it was like he had a band with him. So that's why I'm like, so seeing the documentary, and he had all these producers, and they like showing these producers. These producers was like making some banging beats in the documentary, and then they go from that to do live, and it's like, you got niggas sampling using MPCs and shit, and you try and take that and recreate it live. It's just it ain't gonna translate 100% well. It's gonna sound good, but it's not gonna translate the same way it is on the record. And it's like a real good example of that was he performed this one song called Voicemail. And I looked him up on SoundCloud because I really was feeling like this makes me want to listen to him on track because I think I would like him better on track because I was not really moved watching him perform. But I could just, from that documentary and getting an idea of who he is and the way he would talk on the microphone, like he was really cool. His stage presence is very well. Like he starts off with a joke, he's laughing, he's happy up there, he's really like lifting up the spirit and shit. You know what I'm saying? You can tell he really cares about making sure everybody has a good time. So that's why I said I like him more than like his music, which is why I'm giving it a shout out. But when I went and listened to Voicemail on SoundCloud, it was like, this shit, bang. But it did not sound like that live at all. And I'm like, he might want to just do certain songs with just a DJ, just had a DJ spin the track, because that shit was crazy. And so yeah, just random shout out to him. He just reminded me of that, how, when you talking about the concert, and how, just fucking go. Like I said, I don't be fucking with Norfolk. It was in Norfolk. Just fucking go.
So he a Norfolk nigga?
Yeah, he from Park Place.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
And he sings and raps. But yeah, Billy
Mercury.
Yeah, so there's that. So you go check out the Tupac movie?
Yes, sir. I definitely went to go check out the Tupac movie.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes,
if y'all don't know,
Tupac is his favorite.
Tupac is my rapper. Yes. Jesus, Lord knows. Got all the slack in the world from all the Biggie fans.
Oh no, I just trolled
in
you.
The world.
I wasn't a huge Biggie fan. I just trolled you because it was funny. It's one of those things where it's like I like trolling sports fans because something about being a sports fan and something about being like a super fan of like Biggie or Pop that like makes you lose all your fucking IQ and you just
yeah.
Like it's so easy to get y'all to argue and shit.
It's
I can say some dumb shit like, man, Michael Jordan is the best football player of all time, and people were really like,
he would have been the best athlete ever. He could have played wide receiver and been great. And then
people would actually stop and argue with you. And it's just it's funny. So that's the same way I used to do with you. With
LeBron would have been better.
Yeah, so I wasn't a Biggie fan. Like I said, when everybody was listening to Biggie and Tupac, I was listening to Busta Rhymes. Like that was my nigga. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna bullshit, nigga. Tupac was the one that got me off of jazz. Take Five, Grover, Wash. Yeah, like I had my dad pumped jazz, Dizzy Gillespie, all that shit pumped jazz. Like even when I'm reading a book now, I play jazz music. Thank you, Jesus, for your records. Because it's a
hella jazz.
It's hella jazz.
Yeah, this nigga
like
hella jazz records.
Me and my old lady, me and my daughter, she read her little Owl of the whatever, the damn Disney book with the bad kids. Cruella de Vil had a son type fucking books. Cruella de Vil had a son. The Evil Queen had a daughter. The Wicked Witch had a daughter. Jafar from Aladdin had a son. That book.
I didn't know they did.
The Descendants.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Oh yes, that's a fucking thing. That's a big fucking thing. That's like a Harry Potter big ass fucking thing.
Really now?
Yes.
All right.
Nigga, she got
the more you know.
She got the big comic book Capendrum jank, and then she got the real book itself. And they do cartoons and they do TV shows, regular show, movie shits. But anyway, she reads that Dizzy Gillespie's on. Like this is what we do. We're reading, okay. We're gonna read until these two songs is over. And they they goddamn
like 15
minutes long. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, we getting a good solid, and then we repeating because it always end off of us in the middle of like chapter 1 or 2 or whatever. So that's what we do. But yeah, pop was my way into jazz, and then back then Tupacalypse Now, Strictly for My Niggas had a whole lot of boom doom doom doom.
Yeah, exactly. That's why that shit made sense.
Yeah, and so it flowed in great. But yeah, for me, Pac is the greatest.
So what do you think about the first? I'm gonna ask you on a scale of 1 to 10, what did you give it? Because I gave the movie a 7, solid 7.
I give it an 8.
Give it an 8.
I give it an 8. 8. I want to say 8.5, but then I gotta think of them fuck ups, man. But
see, that's the thing. Okay, what were the fuck ups that everybody was talking about? Because I didn't. Cause they were saying like it was modern shit in the movie.
Yeah.
I didn't see
the brick phone. First of all, let's just go ahead and get the brick phone out of the way. Remember the brick phone?
Yeah.
That motherfucker was humongous. That brick phone was like this, but with a big ass antenna on it. It was like this.
Okay, I didn't catch that.
But yeah, the brick phone, and then they messed up. Like sometimes he had his nose ring in, but sometimes he didn't. But you could see it was like flesh colored, flesh tone. It was stupid shit.
Okay, see, I didn't.
But they did close ups though when they fucked up. So it's like it's noticeable fuck ups. These ain't no like, oh, you just being too much. It's just like, yo, why would you do the close up and he get his nose ring right? Like, get his nose ring fucking right.
And so what else did you like about it? You didn't like about it?
The in and out, the way that Jada was in.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't do outside of the poetry that he spit to Jada. It's just certain scenes. Like, okay, Tupac did too much.
Okay, so you saying kind of like they didn't show that this guy was a poet. It just kind of like just bust out like, hey, I wrote this poem.
But they did show that he was a poet with writing, but it made it more like, oh, he's writing rhymes. It's like, no, this is just what he did. He just was a poet. He was a writer. So they.
It's kind of like how the NWA movie showed Ice Cube leaving school and hopping on a bus and going through some rhymes before you see him on stage kicking the rhymes he was writing on the bus.
Mm-hmm. And how they showed him at the computer typing up, which would have been Friday, shit like that. But they didn't go in depth on his poetry in. But yeah, still, Tupac was too in depth for one fucking movie to just.
I honestly think they could have gave us a good Tupac movie in one movie. So you giving it the 8 is kind of like interesting to me, but it also makes me feel like, all right, was there anything else you didn't like about it before? I want to go into what I didn't like about it, and then we're going to what we do like about it.
I mean, outside of scenes that I feel like was important, but that's what everybody's gonna feel like a certain aspect of Tupac is more important. Because like historically, like they should have showed more Matulu, but then they should have showed more his mama. In the same note, like I almost want to say that his mama should have had a fucking movie first. Like the Shakur should have played out, and then the introduction to Tupac should have came on from there. Like they should have did something either with like a Netflix situation with the Shakurs, and then a movie deal with the Tupac thing, because they would have gave you more in depth of who this motherfucker was, like why his moves was what's the name, like. It was more to it than him just picking up and saying, oh, these East Coast niggas trying to kill me. Let me get out this hospital the day after I got shot.
Oh, yeah, it was way deeper than
that. Yes, it's way deeper than that.
Did I let you borrow the Baby Panther book?
No, I never read nothing on Baby Panthers outside of them talking about it in Panther.
It's a dude named they called him Baby Panther.
Oh.
Because he was the youngest. Of the
Baby Panthers was an era, though.
Was it? Well, this is what it was.
Because Pop was a Baby Panther.
Oh, word?
He went to school, yeah.
All right. Well, it's a dude named Baby Panther. They probably like named the whole squad after him, but because he was the youngest at the time.
All the kids that went to the schools.
Oh no, he was older than Pop.
I know, but all the kids that went to the schools that was brought up, known as Baby Panthers.
All right.
They're like, that's why I thought it was an era.
But you know what? Okay, so the school was on the West Coast, and the dude they called Baby Panther, he was New York. So
Harlem, no, it was still.
Oh, so they had a school in New York too?
Was it a school?
I know
was it a house? It might.
The Huey Newton school.
Nah,
that was in Cali.
It might was like a housing situation or something. Yeah, but that and the they did food shit in New York,
Yeah,
they had to have some kind of some kind of place in fucking Harlem. They had to, because Harlem, Chicago, L.A., they was the prime spots.
Hey, but the thing, I'm pretty sure we could be wrong because it's been so long since I studied the Panthers. But I know their free breakfast program was because they was feeding them and then sending them to the public schools. So like the kids would go.
It was a breakfast,
So they didn't have. So at least in that part where the dude, Baby Panther, was in his book, they didn't have their own school for those kids. So if they did have a school in New York, it wasn't the same one that he was going to.
I'll look at it later.
But yeah, he talks about that in his book because he was like close with a Feeny, so he ended up making Pac like his little brother based on that. And so he was the one that was like the closest age to Pac because he was like the youngest one. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? I think probably like 14 years older than Pac or something like that.
Jesus.
Yeah, but yeah, so he was like a big brother to Pac. But he went into that situation about how Tupac was like why Tupac was acting the way he was acting inside the dumb joint. That was 100% real. So the thing I didn't like about the movie was a lot of shit was glossed over. So what I was getting into about the hospital thing was like, okay, they show Tupac get shot, then they show him in the hospital, and then it's like you see Panthers and FOI protecting him. But it's like in this movie they never showed you that he was down with the FOI.
Why?
Yeah, and why?
Yeah, they did none of the convention speeches, none of the. So
it was like, so it's like to me a lot of shit. It was like they just. It felt like a highlight reel of a bunch of shit that we know happened with Tupac.
Because that's more important to us on him. But that's why I say it's not gonna please everybody.
Yeah, but my thing was like, with me, I'm not really judging it because I feel like anybody, like, especially like how I feel like you, like everybody that gave it anything higher than a 7 had to be a Tupac fan because this movie was made relying on everyone's prior knowledge of Tupac. You know what I'm saying? It was like they made this movie knowing, okay, they know this, they know that. So a lot of shit wasn't explained.
Let me go more in depth on this. Let me go more in depth on that. Yeah. Okay, so just like
they didn't go in depth on shit. So like his childhood was real. So I'm watching this as a movie.
True.
Not really looking like I said. I removed because like I said, I'm not a huge like Tupac fan and I fuck with him. But it's like I watched this as a movie first. So it's like I'm watching this shit. Thinking like you gotta let me know really who his mother was. That introduction with Athena was kind of okay.
It was bullshit because they didn't like I said because you got to go into her background now.
Yeah, it's like you just show her getting out of jail.
Who the fuck is Matulu? Oh, his stepdad. His stepdad was Robin Banks, I guess.
Exactly. Like.
Oh, they ran him out of New York, I guess. Why he had a New York jacket on? No, they didn't explain that. Like how he was known as DJ New York, like I mean not DJ MC New York forever. So I was like, they
rust his childhood because to them they already know it. Fuck it.
Let's get straight to Jada.
Yeah, and then it's like they didn't really introduce Jada properly.
They didn't introduce the hardship of Baltimore.
Yeah,
because they didn't have shit in Baltimore. They literally left New York with what they had on their back and went to Baltimore, y'all.
They didn't really show how Afeni got on the drugs. Even like that's some shit you could at least made the fuck up.
Like what happened? What broke her?
Yeah. And then like, cause somebody like me who I had a very smart, very beautiful, very militant mother, and then I got to actually witness what the drugs did and the deterioration and how that affected me. That's really the story they could have told to get to how Pac became Pac. Because I mean, like that, there was none of that. You never got to see him, see his mom. It's just like it just happened.
And so this is what I'm gonna say again. This is why it's not gonna please everyone. I never even realized like how important. Like I know how important that is, but how important the details to that would have been to somebody. See.
But it's like, no, it's like give us some kind of. There was no character development because everybody was introduced.
No,
you know
who they are. Yeah, okay, there you go. Okay.
Perfect. I mean, like, because in 10 years, all this shit gonna be gone. Like all the little small stuff about the East Coast West Coast beef and all that, it's gonna be gone in like 10 years. So it's like they got lucky with the timing of this
No, it's not gonna go nowhere.
Faith got zero introduction. It's just he walks into a club and Faith's here. We don't
Biggie
find
wife.
out. We don't find out Faith is Biggie's wife in the movie until like the second time her name was brought up.
Yeah, and
so
then
you don't even
like,
know why it's a big deal that he's chilling with Faith because they didn't introduce her as like they could have been like Biggie's wife is here. Biggie, like damn, like how do we find? How is this how we find out that Biggie's even married? That shit. So it's like that shit is weird from the movie point of view. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's like Faith here. They know who Faith is. Fuck it.
Yeah, because they got to. I mean, come on, like literally all of our greats is somehow linked to Tupac, regardless of how it goes. I'd say this is part of my Tupac argument. I don't think Biggie would have been as big as he was if he didn't have the Tupac beef.
No.
He was blowing. But then the same thing with how
that's inaccurate.
House Pop pretty much didn't even really go at Biggie, but then he went at the top dogs of New York, which was Nas, Mobb Deep at the time.
Yeah, Biggie.
Yeah, he did. He had the whole one song for Biggie, but then all the rest of that shit in Machiavelli was towards Nas and Mobb Deep and I would say some shots at Wu-Tang ish, but not really.
I don't think he shot Wu-Tang.
But you know the theory of the whole thing that Wu-Tang supposedly been like part of him getting shot and all that bullshit. It was a Wu-Tang member that shot him and all that bullshit. It's a bunch of bullshit, man. It's a lot of shit that just spilled out.
Everything I seen with Tupac talking about the Wu-Tang, them the niggas that he fucked with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like he was like talking about getting with them. Matter of fact, I think I just saw.
You talking about the East when he got Death Row East?
Nah, wait a minute, maybe because that Death Row East shit literally is new to me. I didn't find out about Death Row East until like 2-3 years.
My sister said the same thing.
Yeah, it was like 2-3 years ago. I was like, what the fuck is this? Yeah, like I saw that.
Y'all didn't watch MTV? Because I remember that fucking when they showed that interview in the movie. And I was like, yo, y'all don't remember that with the motherfuckers holding the sign like they were picket fucking signs?
I saw that interview on Facebook 2 years ago for the first time. Like, what the fuck is this? So yeah, but I've heard of him talking about like because like he was always saying there was no East Coast West Coast beef, but he would like part of his points would be like, oh yeah, I fuck with Red Man, I fuck with Method Man, I fuck with goddamn. He was like name East Coast rappers that he fuck with. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so it's like so that was part of my biggest problem with it's just it didn't translate well like as a regular movie. It's kind of like how like the person that got the best introduction as far as like if you don't know nothing about this motherfucker was the girl that he went to jail over. Like they did a good job showing her.
No, they did a good job with Homeboy to set him up with her.
Yeah, they did a good job.
Because I gotta look up see who the fuck that was. I'm like, who the fuck was that?
Yeah.
Who the fuck was that? But I do remember the interview was like, well, why am I the only one getting this, that, and the third? I remember all that blow up shit, but I'm like, who the fuck is them?
Yeah, but the shit that we did like about it, because I'd say what I liked about it was obviously the acting. Mm-hmm. That was really fucking good. And that nigga...
Did he not just get better and better as the fucking movie went on? My sister was like, yo, his face too fat right now. But by the time that motherfucker got the House of Blues, that nigga... And then he just... Man,
fuck that.
He hit that shit right on the moon.
When he first walked into the room, like the first scene where we see Tupac, when he sit down for the interview and Tupac walks in, I was like, yo, that is so...
Don't you remember them shits from MTV though?
I remember that.
It was like, yo, damn, they Pac in jail. Like they showing them talking like that's the first time I really got to just sit there and it was minutes of Pac and he was like drained. It's almost like they purposely put him in front of you for a long point of time and watch the system. This is what the system do.
Yeah.
And like you could see it, like what the fuck, what? And he's like, and he's just talking, and it's just like, yo, they gotta get that nigga out of there, man. But also, I like the fact that like I didn't know about the whole like, let's say for instance, if it was true, the roughness of jail, and how like the dude murdering a nigga made him like, okay, look, I gotta get out. Fuck the bullshit. I'm gonna get out of this for a $3 million deal. Like, and I don't understand how niggas don't realize like Pop won't never really like crazy money making.
Oh yeah, he wasn't.
But $3 million like.
The reason the niggas ain't really know that shit is because from what I heard with the way Suge had him was that every time Pac would ask for his money, Suge would buy him some shit. So it's like he had a lot of shit, but he didn't have his money. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he really didn't want for anything.
Pac had Hummers and shit like that. Yeah. He had cars he would wreck because I heard he couldn't drive for real. Yeah. Like they never showed that nigga driving.
Oh yeah, true.
They never showed that nigga driving, but I heard he can't drive. Like you heard that shit from E40, Tretch, you know, niggas like that you know been around him. And it was like, yeah, that nigga can't drive. It's like, yo, but yeah, I heard that too. Shit that was going on, rooms. But then I also heard that he hit him with the studio time and the engineer budget and you know the regular shit.
So basically, I heard like all his money that he was spending came from touring and movies and acting and shit. But
nigga, money, tell me this. Money. Once he said it, I was like, yup, high learning.
Oh yeah, but that's another thing that I didn't like. But like I said, they relied on you knowing Pac because he said something about what about my above the rim check? He's like, oh, it ain't come yet. But it's like,
but they showed him at the scene above the rim though.
Like fucking 20 minutes later. So if you ain't
no, they showed it before. That's when Homeboy gave him the rollie.
No, but that was after he had that phone call in the fucking hotel room. So they mentioned above the rim before he was.
Yeah, the hotel room. Cause all right, so Homeboy bought him the rollie. Then Big walked up and was like, "Yo, when you old boy get so cool."
That was after the conversation with the
Nah, cause then that's when you start seeing old boy at that room. You start seeing him in the room. It's like, yo, nigga in the room. And then that's when the girl popped up and shit, cause they was already cool. He already introduced the girl. The girl was in the room and all that other shit.
You started seeing that when cause they met at the club first, and that's when you started seeing the nigga just around.
No, he was already around. The rollie came out before. He was already around.
Nah, cause I remember it being like when he said above the rim, I was like, why they acting like we know what above the rim is? And then later on when the movie,
I can give you this though, it won't no longer than 5 minutes of them sitting in the two chairs. Big popped up, said what he said. Yeah. He gave him the rollie, and then it switched to them being in the club. Yeah, it switched. Matter of fact, damn it, it switched to them being in the club and him introducing him to the fucking girl. Because they zoomed it, they kind of like focused on the watch, and then the scenery changed, but the watch was the same. Oops, excuse me. But yeah.
Yeah, that shit. I like when they did that too, because it was like that shit was. It's legendary that Biggie warned Tupac about niggas he was hanging with.
Even though they was New York niggas and Big introduced them, so you can almost understand the mix up or
but it was like
the correlation.
But yeah, from the way but the way I heard about it was like the way they showed it in the movie. So like a lot of shit been legend for years. Like how it was like Biggie and Tupac chilling, and then
it was better than that Biggie movie. It was way better than that Biggie movie, because that's the way I heard it. The way that the movie was going, it was some shit that Biggie won't really, but they were New York niggas. Yeah, Biggie knew of them, but didn't know them, type shit, and that was the big mix up. But yo, also didn't know his first time hearing "Who Shot You" was in fucking jail. If that is true,
I don't know if that was true.
If that is true, that's crazy. So I almost understand why he came out. And I also want to know if he really did California Love, Ambitions of a Rider, and was it Biggie? I mean not Biggie. Excuse me. Him and the Snoop song, America's Most Wanted, all in the same fucking day.
I doubt that.
But we know Pac did shit.
Yeah, he did this wild shit. Oh yeah, and Snoop was off the chain.
Yo,
when you saw Snoop, you was like, this nigga don't look like Snoop.
But that motherfucker, the hands, and then the voice, I was like, yo, they got Snoop to do his voice. they just got this nigga lipping this. They got Snoop to do this nigga voice. But nah, he had all the mannerisms to the fucking T. So yeah,
so the studio scenes were done very well.
Very
ridiculously well.
When he did California Love, the fucking oh man, and they had him jumping with the fucking Versace shirt on.
The performances were incredible. All the performances was very well done, and I love the way that Shock G got mad screen time. And Shock G was good. Like, where do they find these fucking actors?
I didn't like the music.
They had to do that. You know what? If it wasn't for TLC just being on the Breakfast Club and talking about how they already had their publishing, but they had to redo the songs for the movies to get their masters back. So you re-recorded all their songs and mastered those.
I didn't like it.
So it's like
that I can really hear the it won't there like it's supposed to be. You know what I mean?
I liked it.
See, it won't there like it's supposed to be.
Another thing that I thought was like real smart is how it's technically a low budget movie, and I like when a low budget movie behaves like a low budget movie. So they never show Pac doing big shows. Because you know Pac did huge shows,
yeah.
But they just show them in these small venues.
But House of Blues is fucking classic, bro. I think I want to say that's the first time all of us really saw Pac live. House of Blues on MTV. Was it MTV?
Is the House of Blues where he shot the video with Jodeci? It was?
Yeah.
Right.
Damn, they skipped out
They weren't important. Let's not act like Jodeci was important.
Jodeci. I tell you what though, Pop smoke his fucking ass off. Jesus Christ.
And I mean, eerie how much nigga looked like Pac doing
everything. He did a great job.
It was just scenes where I'm sitting there like, is this actual footage? What the fuck?
Yeah, God bless him. He did amazing.
Yeah, so I mean that's why I gotta leave it being okay. 'Cause I mean, like, if I would have really went into that shit not knowing anything about Tupac, I'd be confused. Yeah.
Okay. See, and maybe I need to have a conversation with one of these young motherfuckers that really don't know nothing about Pac. They just know Pac is a normal word of hip hop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like,
that's the biggest problem because like Pac was a character, and at least they could have done is because his character was so not developed. It just seemed like he was just reacting to shit.
It's too in depth though.
Yeah.
But you
could do that in a 2-hour movie if your goal in the movie was to show you who was Pac. You could do that in 2 hours.
But Pac,
it's like their goal.
Pac, everything is not everything. A lot of his shit is his upbringing. I still don't. I think you should have had a short film before the main film. You got to show who the Shakurs are. You just can't do the paper clips shit, and then they also made it seem like Pac was so thugged out because he came down the elevator and was like, "Yo, what the fuck y'all doing? Smoking this cigarette?" Like they kind of just insinuated like he'd been locked up almost 15 fucking times, y'all. Like the cops in front of him is not a big fucking deal no more. It's not a thing. So you know what I'm saying? Like that, the fucking him shooting them fucking undercovers though. I knew about that. My sister ain't even know about that. And
she didn't know about that?
No, she ain't know about
That's
that.
That's what made that nigga a superhero to me.
Man,
he shot 2 cops and got paid for it?
No shit. And he got out.
Oh man, I'm sorry. I had that mixed up since I was a kid. Okay, he didn't get paid for shooting the cops because they was on some wild shit. He got paid for getting his ass whooped by the cops. So that's the
jaywalking shit. No.
Where a lot of his money came from. It didn't come from music. He got
that's the jaywalking shit.
Yeah, he got millions for that.
But that jaywalking shit was part of the is it Strictly for My Niggas and I almost wanted. Which one was out? Tupacalypse Now was out first. Then Strictly for My Niggas and not All Eyes on Me. Me Against the World. Me Against the World was the big joint.
Me Against the World was coming out. That's when he got that money.
Mm-hmm. It was Me Against the World.
Yeah.
Or right before Me Against the World was coming out. Well, back then, you know, niggas used to drop a song and then a couple months later they'd drop a whole fucking album. But now it's drop a single, wait a year and a half.
Yeah, it's a
whole different fucking ball game. Yeah. The way you talking about it though, it sounds like it's better than a 7.
No, it got to be a 7 as a movie because it's like. I said I can go on and on about the things that I like about it, but like I said, what I didn't like, it don't fit as a movie because it's just like I said, it just like a highlight.
I say it like this: what do you rate? Have you seen John Wick 2? Not yet. You seen John Wick though, right? You ain't never seen John Wick yet. Fuck. So I can't. I don't know another movie that dump you in the middle of a nigga life. But it's almost like a type of movie that dump you in the middle of a nigga life. Like they can't really, and I'm not gonna give you a Shonda Rhimes type shit because you know
it's like my thing is like when you're dealing with a movie, it's like you got to either give us a story or give us a character piece. They did neither. They just showed you random shit that happened to this nigga.
Yeah, they never gave you background on Suge.
They didn't give you background on shit.
Suge, they didn't give you background on.
Everything was rushed, and it was just
you
like
don't know who really Shock G is if you don't know fucking. Yeah, I mean, god damn it, you ain't gonna go see this fucking movie unless you know something.
It shouldn't be like that though. Like I don't. When we watch
bro, this
Ray,
movie went in almost 4 minutes. Oh, okay.
When you watch
Good,
Ray,
goddamn.
you
High
like,
five.
you know what I'm saying? It's like you don't really.
High five.
All we know, like for real.
All
like,
I knew is he was blind and he could sing.
Yeah.
That's all I knew.
For 80s babies, I hope motherfuckers remember this shit. Our introduction to Ray Charles was goddamn. Must I remind you to put them behind you. Backseat, baby.
Oh, shit.
See?
Yeah.
The commercial come on all the time. We was like 7 years old. That commercial used to run all the goddamn
And
time.
he did the voice for Constitution. What's this shit? Schoolhouse Rock.
He was Conjunction Junction.
Was he? I don't know if he was Conjunction. Was he Conjunction Junction?
That's the only voice that kind of
The Bill.
Oh,
I'm a
he was the
Bill on top of the hill.
Oh, he was the Bill.
I think he was the Bill.
Oh, I gotta look that up. I didn't know that.
The Bill, but
you learned something new every day. But like with his movie, you didn't really need to know Ray. Matter of fact, we learned a lot about his character. Like, damn, he was hoeing like that, and that's why he was. Oh, okay. So
let me feel a bitch wrist, nigga. No.
Oh, so he was a big deal. So it's like they really showed you, like, you know what I'm saying, when he first debuted his sound, his signature sound, and people weren't rocking like, yo, that's gospel sounds, and you doing all this freaky shit.
The gospel music.
So it's like they showed us.
Yeah.
They really showed his character and what made him the way he was. With this shit, it was just like, here shit Pac did. Oh, do you know this? It sounds like
that's what they.
It feels like a bunch of niggas sitting around telling Tupac stories, and it's like.
But that's what it was because, like for instance,
and
like I saw the interview with Big Boy and they had not Shock G, but what's his stick man name? He actually played the character in this joint with Digital Underground. I keep wanting to say he's the dude that was. I wish I was a little bit taller. I keep thinking he's him, but he's not. I don't think he's him. But the other guy, Digital Underground.
I really don't know his name.
I don't. Okay, but you know who I'm talking about, though, right?
Yeah.
He actually played his character in the thing, just like the dude from Outlaws played his actual character in the thing. The dude with the bald head, he got like the black around his eyes. He actually played himself in the movie and jump. But just like he said, he was like, "Yo, we were Digital Underground. We never hung with Pop when he was in Death Row. We spoke to him. He be like, yo, come out, but we never did. Like, he never mixed and mingled. Like, mixed up his group. So, when he was out in New York, he was with his New York niggas. When he was out here, he was with his other niggas. Like, he was a real displaced kid. So, he had groups of friends everywhere. And it was like, so you can't, we all not going to agree on nothing. Because
we all know different Pacs.
And Pop moved out fucking Oakland at 16, 17.
Yeah.
And you know how inspiration, you know what I mean, that part of your life.
Yeah.
And then it's like, yo, the first day I got out there, I seen a nigga get murdered. That shit was funny. It was fucked up, but it was funny. Cause that nigga was like, yo, open this door. Open this door. But yeah. So I'm just a nigga like that, why would he drop out of school? Like, really, like, this is how easy school is. Why would he drop out of school? Doesn't make sense. But when in tune of the movie, his mom sent him out there, pretty much him and his sister. That was it. What did Pac do?
And that's another thing. Is like
they made it seem like he went and did rap, but we know Pac sold drugs.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I know that. But there's nothing. It was just like, as a moviegoer, just watching a movie. Like I said,
then how did he get in the movies? First fucking movie is Juice.
Like, if Pac wasn't a real nigga, I'd be watching this movie thinking this is too unrealistic.
With Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, I'm just like, Morgan Freeman was in Juice.
Not Juice. Damn, I'm thinking about Lean on Me. I'm thinking Steel. Steel fucking popped in my head.
Sam Jackson was in Juice.
Yeah, he was in Juice,
Yeah.
but Sam ain't had a name. What did he have a name? He ain't had a name like that.
He was working his ass off though.
He ain't named it. He was still doing Spike Lee joints. What's the name?
He was working his ass off. Niggas knew who he was. He was
Who
a
was
bad guy.
it? Nobody. Everybody was up and coming. That's how Pac got that.
Shit, Queen Latifah was in that shit.
And what?
Juice.
Suckers get smacked up. Yeah, go down. Yeah, suckers get smacked up. Oh my god.
Motherfucking.
But
But yeah, but like, okay, as a moviegoer, I'll be thinking it's unrealistic. I'm like, okay, how can his mom's dead, broke, poor? How can she afford to send him to Cali to live with motherfuckers? But it's like, it's probably like the way she was moving around like that. That's probably Panther connection.
Yeah. It was the last of the Panther connections.
Yeah, 'cause I mean, like they really.
It was the last of it. That's why he went to Oakland.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because it was just, you know, they really didn't show how big of a fucking deal Afeni Shakur was.
That's why I said they should have had a fucking Shakur situation.
But you're right. She definitely deserves her own movie.
Yes,
but like she was a huge deal, and it wasn't really like. So
like, come on, let's be real. She was. They did kind of start it off right with her pregnant with him, defending herself.
Yeah.
But the rest, they just Matulu Shakur. Like, these young motherfuckers don't know who Matulu is. Outside of Rick Ross speaking up, Matulu, I know your jazz down to the floor, nigga. Outside of, they don't know who Matulu is.
It's like they could. They just. My main problem was that it was aimless. There was no goal to the story.
They don't understand Ashani Shakur. They don't get.
There was no character development. Everything was rushed. You know what I'm saying? Like I seriously sat down in the theater in the beginning of the movie, the way it was going through his childhood. I seriously felt rushed. I felt like they're just trying to get through it. Like, let's give him a little bit. We got to get through it. You know what I'm saying?
Got a question. Did you see? Because I see Jada was kind of pissed about the movie.
Yeah.
Did you see that? I haven't looked at it. Yeah. But I'm gonna say my piece and my understanding from the movie, from outside of the movie, from hearing all them poems that he wrote and all that shit. Cause you bow all them joints, like the poetry joints that he had, Malcolm Jamal Warner, Jada, he had everybody speaking his poems on his joints. From all them poems that you can tell was for Jada. Damn, pretty much for Jada. They did not do Jada justice.
That's true too.
On his sanity piece, they didn't do Jada justice. I can understand why she could be wrong.
Well, the thing with Jada, as far as me, the only problem I had with the Jada character was that I don't like the girl that played her because it was weird. Like, oh, that's supposed to be Jada Pinkett. It was just weird. Like, she didn't really seem like Jada. She wasn't acting like Jada until that one scene in the club, and then she acted like Jada. But it's like when you don't.
But then Jada says that shit ain't even happened,
which is cool because like all biopics make shit up because they have to.
Yeah.
So it's like. I think that, you know what I'm saying, that was done well. I mean, I feel like the whole poetry reading for that did not happen. I think that was corny. They should have left that out if that didn't happen. But I mean, like, but to me, that character was fine because it was like it was good to have somebody that has to have a character there that knew Pac when he was cool teenage Pac, and then still knew him when he was grown, wilding out Pac.
But see, they should have gave it more depth because they were literally. Like, not with each other, but in love with each other. I mean, they kind of insinuated on it when she walked up to that girl. You know, I love you. I'm in love with you. They kind of, but.
I mean, well, as far as for the movie, I'm judging this as a movie. So, like, for a movie, I think
maybe I'm judging this as a documentary.
Yeah, you're looking at it as a Pac fan, so it's like that's why
it might be more. That's why you can give it an 8.
Yeah, that's why you can give it an 8.
Because I gotta. I'm gonna tell you like this: if that movie won't own theaters. I'm thinking Lifetime.
Nah, BET.
I'm just saying. No. I mean, come on. You saying BET because it's black?
No. I'm saying BET because it's like that's the level. You got
mother plucker. Get out of
here. You got Lifetime right here. Then BET, VH1. Then you get to NBC and ABC and them. They up here, and then Netflix.
Yeah, Netflix is fucking.
But as far as like, so it ain't Lifetime bad.
Okay, all right. No. I'm not saying it's bad. But I'm just saying how Lifetime gets you involved, and then once you get past the first 30 minutes, it's like, okay, I gotta watch the rest of this shit.
I wouldn't say it did that. Unless you're a Pac fan, I don't think.
I gotta watch the rest of it. What did they do to the character?
I don't see people that didn't grow up on Pac like watching, because like I'm watching this shit like just waiting for some shit that I know about happen. Because like I'm not into the movie as this is a good movie. Oh, this is a good story. I'm just watching this shit like oh shit, he about to go to Cali. Oh yeah, I remember when he did. Oh, I remember that.
See, I'm watching this
like,
as if like y'all don't Fire and Ice, the story of Fire and Ice, Game of Thrones. Like I done read the books, but now I'm about to look at the TV show.
Yeah,
and that's how I'm looking at this. I'm like, okay, it's this much shit. What is some shit they put in here that I don't know about, or what are they going to change that I do know about? And so that's why I'm going into this looking.
Yeah, so I'm like, as a movie, it doesn't stand alone. You have to be a Tupac fan, or at least know about Tupac to enjoy it.
It makes sense. Yeah. But then, yet and still, just like if I said if they made a Shakur movie, who the fuck gonna look at it outside of Pac fans?
Nigga, if you got a fire ass preview and you make it right, a good movie's a good movie.
Yeah, I know. Michonne was Pac Mama, and she did a good fucking job.
Because I mean, like, it's a lot.
She did a good job.
Yeah, it's a lot of movies that are based on true stories, and niggas don't find out it's based on true stories.
I keep hearing everybody talking about, man, they should have had Viola Davis. I was like, yo, it wasn't enough crying. I didn't need the snot from the nose crying in this film. Like, Mom Dukes was tough.
Yeah, Michonne did.
Yeah, it's like I'm gonna be tough, but I have once I get away, then I can be a little wobbly. But yeah, no, Michonne did great. Yeah. Witch and Tune got me more excited about Panther because I'm like, yo, she did fucking great. Like, nigga, I'm sorry, but nigga,
God damn,
nigga,
that's a whole nother conversation.
Jesus.
All right, well that wraps it up for this here episode. It's the Tupac review / rest in peace Prodigy.
Yes. R.I.P. Prodigy, man. All y'all fair weather goddamn fans, man, chill the fuck out all the way before you come talking to somebody that really fuck with the nigga. God damn, man. Y'all fair weather fuckers. I hate that shit, man.
All right. Well, this has been another episode of
We Ain't No Stupids.
And we out.
Yes, sir.
Deuces.
Yeah.